All right, so for this problem, we have an equation they give us. So it says fill in the table using the equation y equals x squared plus 3x. And we look at our table, we have a few x values they gave us. We don't know the y's. So that's what I need to figure out, is the two y's. Well, that's how equations work, is you plug in different x values and it gives you the different y values for that equation. So literally I'm just taking this and plugging it in. Now, in this equation there are two x's, so you're going to have to plug it in twice. So for this first one, it would be y equals, you always need to use parentheses when you plug in, especially for these problems. That's why I gave these problems. You have to use your parentheses. Most of the mistakes I saw is not using our parentheses correctly. Okay, now we can break this down. You could put this in your calculator if you needed to, but I'm going to break it down without a calculator, but you could use that. So negative 3 squared, that's negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. Okay, plus 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So 9 plus negative 9 is the same thing as 9 minus 9, which is 0. So our first one's going to be 0. Then I'm going to do the same thing with negative 1. Okay, it's going to go into this equation twice. I'm going to do negative 1 squared plus 3 times negative 1. Negative 1 squared, it's negative 1 times negative 1. That's what that means, is 1. Plus 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. 1 plus negative 3 is like 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. So we'll put negative 2 here. So this is what your work should kind of look like. Be careful about just how you're plugging these in, being precise about using your parentheses, not messing up the negative squared should be on the outside of the parentheses. All these details matter with this, especially when you're using your calculator.